Ladies and mostly gentlemen, it is finally here. We finally have an update from Blizzard regarding the Shadowlands alpha. It has been 5 long months of basically silence. We've had a few interviews here and there, but finally we get an official Shadowlands developer update. But before we get into all of that, guys, I just want to thank the sponsor of this video, and that is my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/MrGM. Hopefully going to be streaming the Shadowlands alpha this week over on twitch.tv/MrGM, so that'd be very much appreciated if you can go check that out. Right, as I said, we finally got an update on Shadowlands from Ian Hazzikostas himself, and he goes through all of the different bits and pieces which are happening with the alpha, which, as I said, does come out this week, which is super exciting, a little bit later than I anticipated, but obviously with everything going on in the world right now, we kind of, expected them to maybe be a little bit behind with everything, which is completely understandable, of course. So, let's just dive straight into this, talk about what's on here, talk about what they say, talk about specifically what's going to be in this alpha, because I feel like this one's going to be a little bit more focused than the BFA alpha and beta testing, if you remember that back before. There was a lot of features that weren't really there to help testers out, and this one already looks like it's an improvement over the previous expansion. So let's just go through this. So it says it's been 5 months since we first revealed World of Warcraft Shadowlands at BlizzCon 2019, and the whole team has been working hard to transforming the vision we laid out last November into a reality, and we can't wait to share our progress with you all. So it says later this week we'll be sending out the first round of invitations to the closed alpha test for Shadowlands. So it's going to be a small test which is similar to the classic alpha. And they continue on to say this first batch of invitations will mainly go out to long-time WoW players with active accounts. That's very important there. Active accounts, you've got to make sure you have a sub for this, in good standing. So essentially no bans, preferably. As well as Blizzard friends and family, along with a limited number of content creators and journalists, that being me, and hopefully being me, please. So then it says, this initial wave represents only a small fraction of the pool of testers that will ultimately gain access to the test in the coming months. If you're interested in helping make Shadowlands better, sign up using the beta opt-in link, which I'll leave in the description below this video. On the Shadowlands homepage later on, we'll engage in focused PvP and raid testing. We'll also do some targeted invite waves to prioritize players with extensive experience or expertise in them part of the games. So I'd imagine world first raiders and, epic PvPers and stuff like that are all going to get an invite when they start doing the raid testing and the PvP stuff, if they're not already in already. And then it goes on to a little bit about what's actually going to be in this alpha test. So it says when the alpha servers first go live, we will have a full level up experience in the zone of Bastion available, along with the zone's dungeon, the Necrotic Wake. Testers who are interested in checking out our revamped new player experience can play through the Alliance version of the zone and tutorials. So Bastion is fully available, which is the zone we saw at BlizzCon, and Exile's Reach being the new player experience from 1 to 10, only for the Alliance though, so that's going to be super fun. Can't wait to check that out. I think that zone looks absolutely amazing. I can't wait to finally see it in the flesh in the game. So then it says we'll aim to roll out new content on a regular basis throughout the cycle. Later in April, we hope to offer the zone Ravendreth, as well as a first look at Torghast, Tower of the Damned, our endless dungeon experience. So really looking forward to Ravendreth, really looking forward to Torghast, so I really hope it's good. And it's interesting, this is something I tweeted out a couple days ago, is that it looks like they're testing different zones at different times. So kind of with Bastion, you go through Bastion, you try out the Covenant abilities, you try out the different pieces like that, then they open up Ravendreth, you test out the Covenant abilities, and you test out the Covenant and stuff like that. So that's really good, that's really nice focused testing. Obviously after Ravendreth we'll start seeing dribs and drabs of different zones as well, which will give us the ability to test those new abilities which are coming to the game, which need a ton of balancing as they go through the testing phase. Then it says we will continue to unlock content such as zones, dungeons, and endgame questlines as they're ready for feedback, using template characters as needed to focus test and feedback on specific parts of the game. Yes, thank you Blizzard, you are the best. Thank you. Some final template characters, something that the BFA beta and alpha did not really have. So thank you so much. This is going to be amazing. So much easier to jump between characters and classes and stuff like that to see different parts of the game. Perfect. It's exactly what we want. Once everything has been released into a test environment, we'll officially move into beta, wiping all characters and kicking off a larger round of invites for an end-to-end test of the entire Shadowlands experience. This is exactly what happened in BFA Alpha to Beta. They did Alpha, and they had features like progressively coming out, and then once they had all those features, they wiped all the characters and brought a ton more people into the testing experience, which I think is a good way to do it. So They go on a little bit more detail on what is actually in this alpha and what players are going to experience when they first log in. So it says, while content will be rolled out methodically over the course of the alpha, many of the underlying system changes will be apparent from the moment the players first log in later this week, and there will be hints of others that are still in progress. A few examples. So it says players of all 12 classes will immediately see the changes in their spellbook, talents, and in some cases, even their resources. Yeah, resources, damn, that's definitely got me thinking about that. I wonder what they're doing there. So then it says we'll have a separate blog coming in the coming days discussing how we applied the class changes and yada 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 that they laid out at BlizzCon. Giving key examples of the sort of changes to expect in each class and their specialization. Unlike the last couple of expansion alphas, where the conversation with the community began often with, let us know which spells you missed the most, this time we're eager to hear whether we've gone too far for the unpruning. Maybe a bunch of folks actually really hated Eye of the Beast all along, who knows? So obviously referring to Halinka bringing back a ton of abilities for different classes, and they're saying maybe we went too far with this, maybe there's too many abilities and we need to get rid of some. So again, if you are in the alpha, if you are in the beta, feedback is essential. Please do leave feedback on absolutely everything. That'd be super helpful for them to make the game as good as it can be. So this next bit is super interesting. We had no idea this was coming. So they say we've been making improvements to our quest interface with an eye towards better distinguishing major quests that are required to advance the narrative from optional side quests that tell more localized stories. Our work in progress 3D indicator of tracked quest objective locations will be available to use, which aims to reduce the need to bring up the map when navigating the world and help more clearly identify when objective is above or below you. We're also rolling out a system to allow players to set a personal waypoint on the map, as well as share that pin in chat channels, so you no longer need an add-on to convey exactly where Rustfeather is spawned. Love the reference at the end, absolutely phenomenal, obviously referencing Rustfeather over in Mechagon when people were spamming TomTom coordinates. Essentially what they're saying there, obviously bringing in a Blizzard-based TomTom, essentially where you can put pins on the map, you can share those pins, really, really helpful. That's something that is going to be great. Honestly, I really hope it works really well, where you can click the number in the chat or something like that and it puts it onto your map. That'll be phenomenal. I would imagine that's how it does. Also talking about the new quest indicators, saying which are major quests, which are side quests. I think that's really good and something that needed to be in the game for a long time, so really good to see that. And obviously seeing if an objective is above or below you will be a pretty interesting one as well. Can't wait to see what that interface looks like, and hopefully it's not too in your face, a little bit more subtle, because at the moment there's literally like an arrow and it's kind of crap. So yeah, we're gonna see what that looks like. And then finally, here's the biggest part for a lot of people here, and they say also of note are some changes to PvP currency. Notably, Conquest is once again a spendable currency earned through Shadowlands rated PvP. Players will be able to use these Conquest points to purchase specific items of their choice from a vendor in the capital city of Oribos, in an easy to find location naturally. Love that. So PvP vendors confirmed. PvP vendors confirmed for Shadowlands 100%. Goddamn. Conquest can also be used to upgrade that gear further, similar to how the Benthic gear worked with mana pearls in Rise of Ashara. We'll have lots more information to share on the details of the system, as well as our broader endgame itemization plans as Alpha rolls on and we reach max level content. So a few things there, obviously saying that PvP vendors are returning, which is huge for a lot of people. Also saying that the Conquest system will be similar to the Benthic upgrade system, so item upgrades are also coming back, which is nice. Maybe a little bit of a hint there saying that regular items might be able to be upgraded as well through some sort of currency. Be interesting to see if how that plays out, because obviously with no Titan Forging or War Forging or anything like that, obviously upgrading gear through different systems will be pretty cool. So we'll definitely see what happens with itemization. As I said, they are going to kind of let us know what's going on with that, because they didn't actually tell us much at all at BlizzCon with that. So yeah, that's going to be a huge one. So then they finish with, as our communities of fan sites dig through the game files that are packaged with the client in the coming days, you'll also doubtlessly find bits and pieces of data relating to endgame systems like Soulbinds, Covenant Sanctums, and crafted legendary items. Much of these features remain a work in progress, and especially in an alpha setting, the game's data contains numerous experiments and discarded ideas, so please take what you find via data mining with a grain of salt. I think that's good that they said that. You know, obviously people do jump the gun when you're like, holy moly, there is a Plunder Isle map in this, you know, they're in BFA Alpha, and it never came to anything. So definitely great that they have come out and said this. It's obviously, you know, natural, but, you know, people do jump the gun a little bit with stuff like that. So, it says, we remain guided by our core philosophies articulated at BlizzCon, player agency and empowering choices. We can't wait to share details of these systems as soon as we're able to. One of our main lessons learned from past expansions is the vital importance of carving out a large window in our alpha and beta for feedback and iterations on these end game systems. Thank you for your patience, and we'll see you soon, no TM, in the Shadowlands. Ian Hazakostas. So, huge piece of news here, ladies and gentlemen. Data mining will probably begin within the next couple days. All they have to do is push the client onto the CDN unencrypted, then Wowhead, MMO Champion, everyone like that will go absolutely nuts on that data, and it's going to be incredible. I can't wait to see the little things like the customization, the new models, all the new mounts, and everything like that, all the new armor sets. And guys, as usual, we will be covering absolutely everything like that on this channel. So guys, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Press the subscribe button. Be very much appreciated. We're going to have a ton of Shadowlands content over here on the channel. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know down below what you think of this post. If there's anything that you kind of noticed that was thought, oh, that's kind of interesting that they said that. Would love to know your feedback. I think it's pretty great that they have finally come out with something after 5 months of silence. So I'm pretty happy with this post, and definitely interested to see when the alpha launches and see what also is hiding in those files on top of the stuff that they already listed. So guys, thank you very much for watching. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome, and if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members, and as I said, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. Going to be streaming the Shadowlands Alpha as soon as it is available, as soon as I hopefully get an invite. Hopefully everything goes to plan, and it's all good. So guys, twitch.tv/MrGM if you want to check me out. And with that, I'll see you next time.